A small red suitcase sits alone on the last bench of Platform 9. No one claims it. No announcement mentions it. And the station has already decided it is done for the night. The clocks overhead keep moving, but the building feels finished. A late train has left. The ticket gates have gone quiet. The vending machines glow like small, patient windows. You are here for the overnight watch, not because anything is expected to happen, because someone has to be here when nothing happens. You walk toward the suitcase without hurry. The wheels are turned inward, as if it was set down carefully. A paper tag hangs from the handle, folded once, the ink slightly blurred. You don't read it right away. You just stand near it and listen to the station hold its breath. Far down the corridor, a cleaning machine passes once, then disappears. Its sound fades into the tiled distance. The silence returns, smooth and complete. You sit on the bench across from the suitcase. The bench is cool through your coat. The air smells faintly of metal and warmed dust. Overhead, a strip of lighting hums at the same pitch it has held all evening. The suitcase remains still. On the information board, a line of text changes. Not a schedule, a maintenance note. 2 words appear and then settle. Night mode. The rest of the board dims by a fraction, as if the station is lowering its voice. You exhale, slow and easy. A draft moves along the tracks below, rising gently through the platform edge. It carries no grit, no cold shock. Just motion, then stillness again. You look at the suitcase once more. It is the kind of object that usually comes with a person. A hurried step, a hand on the handle, a shoulder turning at the last second. Without that, it feels like a quiet question placed in the room. You don't need to answer it. You reach out and touch the handle with 2 fingers. The plastic is smooth, not warm, not cold. A neutral surface, waiting. The tag swings once, then stops. No alarm sounds, no camera turns, no light changes. Everything stays calm. You let your hand fall back to your lap. Across the platform, a row of lockers sits with numbered doors. Each has a small keyhole, each one dark. Above them, a wall clock ticks in a steady rhythm that becomes easier to ignore with every minute. The suitcase stays where it is. You stand again and take a slow walk along the platform. The yellow safety line runs straight as a ruler. The rails below reflect a thin line of light, then fade into the tunnel. At the far end, a service door stands shut, with a narrow window that shows only darkness behind it. You return to the bench. The suitcase is still there, waiting in the same posture. You notice a small scuff on one corner, like it brushed against a stair. You notice the zipper pull resting neatly to one side, not half open. It looks finished, not abandoned. You sit and allow the station to be what it is, a place built for departures, now filled with nothing but its own systems. A speaker crackles once, not a message, just a brief electrical throat clear, then silence again. Your eyelids grow heavier, not because you are forcing them, but because the building's quiet routine invites it. Lights, air, distance, repetition. The suitcase becomes less important. It becomes part of the platform, like the bench, like the sign, like the line painted on the tiles. Minutes pass without shape. At some point, you do read the tag. It is not a name. It is not a destination. It is a simple printed label from a small shop, the kind that comes with a gift. Hold for morning. You don't smile, not exactly. You just feel the phrase settle into the room, as if it belongs here. Hold for morning. You look out over the tracks again. The tunnel remains dark. The rails remain still. The station remains in its lowered voice. You sit back against the bench. The suitcase stays quiet. The lights stay steady. The clock keeps moving, but you don't have to follow it. The night will hold. And when morning arrives, it can take over without effort. For now, the platform rests with you, and you rest with it, letting the station keep watch while you drift slowly into sleep. Somewhere above, a ventilation fan changes speed for a moment. The pitch rises slightly, then settles back into its usual tone. A distant elevator moves once, softly, behind concrete walls. No door opens onto the platform. The motion ends and leaves no trace. You keep sitting. The suitcase keeps waiting. The station keeps its night mode. Nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be finished. The simple light over the bench stays on, and your thoughts, like the trains, pass through and fade. Far down the tracks, a signal lamp holds a steady red. It does not blink. It simply marks the end of movement for now. You watch it without focus. Then you stop watching at all. The red suitcase stays on the bench, as if it belongs there. The tag does not move now. The air has settled. The platform has settled with it. You do not check the time. The clock can keep its work to itself. A cleaner passes again, slower this time, guiding a quiet mop along the far tiles. The machine does not come close. It turns at the end of the platform and disappears down a side corridor. The faint motor sound thins out, then ends. Silence returns in one clean piece. You shift your weight on the bench. The metal frame gives a small, polite creak. Nothing else answers. The suitcase remains still, its corners square, its zipper closed. Hold for morning. The phrase stays simple. It does not ask you to do anything. Somewhere in the station, a light sensor reacts to nothing at all. A strip of ceiling panels dims by a fraction, then holds. The platform looks the same, only softer. The far end feels farther. You let your gaze rest there without effort. Down on the tracks, air moves through the tunnel. A slow push, a slow release. It carries a coolness that never becomes cold. You breathe with it once, then stop noticing you are breathing. The information board keeps its night mode line. No new text appears. The glass surface reflects the bench lights and the pale edge of the platform. It is like looking at the station, watching itself. You do not need to interpret it. Your eyes drift to the lockers again. Their numbers sit in neat rows. Each door stays shut. Each keyhole stays dark. Everything remains finished for the night. The suitcase does not become mysterious. It becomes ordinary. A shape, a color, a small, quiet weight. You can let it be that. A speaker above you ticks once, a tiny relay sound, then nothing. No warning, no announcement. Just proof that the system is still awake. The platform stays calm anyway. You lean back and allow your shoulders to drop. The bench supports you without complaint. The air stays steady. The lights stay steady. Your thoughts move more slowly now, as if they are crossing the station at walking speed. You imagine the morning without picturing it. The first footsteps, the first keys, a hand on the suitcase handle. Not a scene, just a simple return of movement. Hold for morning. It fits the place. Far down the platform, the red signal lamp remains fixed. It does not blink. It does not brighten. It holds its steady stop in the distance, and you feel no need to go closer. The station keeps its overnight rhythm. Ventilation, light, stillness. A soft mechanical pulse somewhere behind a wall. Then quiet again. The suitcase stays. You stay. The platform stays. And the night continues to do what it does best, making everything slower, making everything simpler, until sleep arrives without being invited. A faint reflection slides across the suitcase shell as an overhead light cycles. It is not brighter, just settled. The red remains the same. You notice a small scratch near the handle. Not damage, just use. A mark that says it has traveled before. From the stairwell, a door closer pulls once. A soft latch. No one comes through. The sound vanishes immediately. Your hands rest in your lap. Fingers loosen. Shoulders drop. The bench supports you without complaint. The platform hum becomes a single, continuous line, easy to ignore, easy to forget. The station keeps breathing quietly. The tag hangs straight. Paper does not flutter. Ink stays clear. Hold for morning. That is enough. You let your eyelids lower for a moment, not as a decision, just as the next step. When they open again, nothing has moved. The suitcase stays. The red signal stays. And the night continues. You do not need to solve anything here. You only need to remain. The platform will hold its quiet pattern. The suitcase will hold its place. And sleep can arrive the way morning will. Slowly, without effort. The lights stay on and nothing asks you to wake yet.